There we go. Let's see this fight. Rock would win. I'm sorry, Smooth Hector. It's time for you to turn off for now. You wouldn't win? Why wouldn't you win? I think you would win. You'd be too lazy? That's fair. That's fair. So I like card games, right? I like deck builders. I like card games. I don't like trading card games. I don't like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. Those kind of trading card games. But I like deck building card games, right? I very much like the game Hand of Fate. A nice play on card games and deck builders. Recently, in the card game video game world, 2 games... Do I like Yu-Gi-Oh? No, that's a trading card game. You idiot. Like Pokemon. It's a trading card game. I don't like it when there's too many options to build my deck. I like being given a deck and some minor possibilities for change, and then having to work with that deck. Okay? And small upgrades here and there based on the deck. Right? That's what I mean by deck builder. Don't mean trading card game. Recently, in the video game card game world, 2 games have been announced and released with demos. Both games releasing in October. One on October 19th, one on October 28th. I don't play Gwent. So I probably would like Gwent. Maybe? Well, that's a trading card game, isn't it? Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars is one of them, by the director of NieR. Yoko, I can't remember his last name. The same composer as NieR as well, I believe, because the soundtrack's fucking great. There's also Inscription by the person who made Pony Island. I played both of these demos the other day. I played both of them. By the way, I'm using an iron pipe, because the iron pipe is now fully upgraded, as are every single one of my weapons. Yes, 28th of October. However, I played both of these demos, and I was like, okay, if I was to buy one of these games, which one would it be? Easy answer, Inscription. It wouldn't be Voice of Cards. Inscription is fucking phenomenal. Okay? It's a 1-hour demo. It's a free demo. For a game that comes out on 19th of October. Pretty cheap as well, it's like £15.
Hold it.
The card game itself is very fun, but the aesthetic and the setting and the dialogue and the writing and just everything about it is fucking great, and I won't say anything more about it because it's something that needs to be experienced. It's like a horror game, but it's also a card game. It's a really fucking fun card game. I could just play the card game on its own and be very happy. But also, the story seems very good, and the atmosphere and the art style fantastic. Inscription you put on your wish list. It's Inscription with a Y instead of an I. I think. You should play the demo, Gabriel. Fucking phenomenal game. Incredible. Every single thing about it. Incredible. I loved it. And when the demo ended, I was like, fuck. I need it now. I want more. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. I was excited for because it is a card game that looked similar to Hand of Fate. Created by the director of NieR. With the fucking soundtrack that was amazing. And then I play the demo, and the art style on the cards kind of sucks. It's weird and generic and uninteresting. The gameplay, the combat, it's just a JRPG. It doesn't utilize the cards in any way whatsoever. You don't have a deck, you just have abilities, but they're on cards. But you have access to all of those cards, and they're reusable, not one-time use. There is zero reason for it to be a card game. It's just a JRPG, but the aesthetic is cards. Nothing related to cards in the game at all. It's just a design decision, which isn't a bad one. I was just very confused because I thought it would be a card game. It's only cards in Look. It's very confusing. Like, I was excited for a card-based JRPG. Like, if you utilize the mechanics in some way of cards and decks and things. It doesn't. I want to play more to know if the game gets good, because the combat seemed very... You didn't do anything, really, in the demo. It was very hands-off, very kind of basic JRPG, but has some mechanics in it that might get interesting. We'll be Bat and Kaitos? Yeah, Bat and Kaitos, my partner loves that game. We're playing through Chrono Cross at the moment again, and then we're going to play Bat and Kaitos after that. She loves it. She thinks that I will love it too, because I love card games. GameCube game, right? Yes, I know it is. I have it. I would recommend trying the demo for Voice of Cards. Again, it's free. The soundtrack is really fucking amazing. And just, I want to know if people feel the same way as me, in that I want to play more to know if anything ever happens. The story sucks so far. Nothing interesting happened. The characters, they never speak, so you don't feel attached to any of them. It just feels very strange and generic. It's just weird. But I do still want to play it. I just don't know if I'll like it. But it's a JRPG, so I'm aware of the fact that it takes longer to get into one of those, into a JRPG. They don't always have the strongest starts. Their battle systems don't usually feel very good at the start anyway. Like, I love Final Fantasy XIII. The Final Fantasy XIII combat system is like one of my favorites. The Final Fantasy XIII combat system doesn't do anything until halfway through the game. It's just nothing. It just plays itself until halfway through the game, and then you have to pay attention to paradigms. And then paradigm shifting is amazing. By the way, I'm just running past all these things because I'm over leveled to fuck. I have everything I could possibly need from them. And this isn't part of the dungeon. I'm just on the way to the dungeon. You want to replay 13? You know it's old enough for you to emulate it, but you want to beat your computer. Emulate? It's on PS3. If you're trying to emulate a PS3 without a supercomputer, good fucking luck. You just buy it on Steam. It's still beautiful. Does not need a beefy computer at all. It's a phenomenal looking game. Also on Xbox 360. Yes, it is. Still not the easiest thing to emulate in the world. You need a pretty beefy computer for that. You could just buy it on Steam and it looks beautiful and it's well optimized and it's a good port. You should replay it though. You're broke. Yeah, but you're saying that you want a better computer so that you can emulate it. Current gen Ryzen 5 should be enough to emulate it. Yeah, but the current gen Ryzen 5 is more expensive than buying it on Steam, you know what I'm saying? He says he wants a beefier computer to... Yeah, it's on sale. It's like 50% off, I think. NieR Replicant is also on like 33%. NieR Automata has 50%, but I haven't bought it yet. Because I just bought Diablo 2. What am I doing? This way? Don't have money right now. What the fuck are you saying to me? Go away. Whoops. Yes, it's the Tokyo Game Show sale. Good time. Should you get NieR Automata? Have you played NieR Replicant, man? You have not? Because this is a prequel to Automata. This came out before Automata. but nobody really played it. And then Automata came out and everybody played it and everybody loved it. But they made Automata so that it doesn't really rely on NieR Replicant, but there are references. As far as I'm aware. I don't know spoilers, so I haven't looked into it much. But I believe you probably prefer it if you played Replicant first, but if it's a matter of the fact that Automata costs like 15 quid right now and Replicant still costs like 35 quid, get Automata. If money is a factor. And then wait for this to become cheaper. Not that this needs, like, isn't worth the £50 price tag, because it is, it's fucking great, but... Look at this. I'm stopping here because I have to go in. Look at this, level 4. Every single one. But it's only 84% collection. So until it's 100%, we will not be reading them. This one costs £32.49 with the 35%. Yes. Still expensive. But it's a good discount for a game that only just came out.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Weiss and I first met. And first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Weiss?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself.
You should play NieR before Automata story-wise. Yes. But you don't have to. NieR Replicant before Automata. Oh god, I need Shadow's not going to be here for like half the stream. I'm shitting. Fuck it.
And now the path is open.
That was it. This reminds me a lot of a place in either 13.2 or Lightning Returns. I can't remember which one. Could even be 13. One of the 13 trilogy. There is someone that looks exactly like this. Not exactly like this, though. Birds. Pigeons. They are no knights.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle.
The castle, but what? Where is the castle?
I feel confident I've heard this somewhere before.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer.
There were 3 questions. Good to know you're in sure what order they were playing. Yeah, chronologically and release order, it's Replicant and then Automata. In every... yeah.
I answer because of a black disease.
I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
I answer by separating body from soul.
I ask, what is the destination of souls?
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells.
Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
There are boxes. Hold on. Oh. You fucker. You... I can't upgrade it though. How many weapons do I have? 87%. Absolute fuck. Where are you? Phoenix sword. Sneaky loot. This sneaky... I have all weapons upgraded. Apart from this one now. I'm just gonna check that I haven't missed anything. You. Okay. You bastard of the game. That's invisible wall. That would be 2. These answers. I'm surprised I got it right in the first time. What can I say? I'm a genius.
It's the twins from your village.
Popa? Devil? What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
We're here to rescue Yona.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad.
We fighting? Popes and devs?
We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
Well,
Devil! What's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth.
no
We
damage.
really wanted to avoid this impossible. We were hoping to put it
Boom
off
the old
for
lady
100
from the
years or
tower.
so, until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie! I don't believe it!
Misogyny Thursday, we do. Yes. Damage. Fine. Oh, is only one of them
We
real?
never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
No, because they're both real, because there's Devil and Popola.
Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
They're not even, it's not Shades pretending, it is just them.
What now?
Don't you fucking dare.
Copied my
Oh,
powers.
you bastards.
Shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Let him do it.
Vice, are you alright?
No.
Popola, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the Shades?
Also, I said I was beating the game with the iron pipe, and I'm sticking to my guns. Ow. That was mean. Ow. Don't do that.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
The Shadow Lord? So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
No.
Devila and Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they
We're
do seem
fighting
to be
us,
putting
we
us through a great
losing
deal
to
of...
us. Vice?
Are you okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be...
Vice?
Do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly...
Okay.
I think I hear a waltz.
Dancing time. Let's dance. Will you take my hand, Emil? Will you float across the ballroom with me?
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all Shades!
I think we're locked in.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Don't roll at me. Come on. This does 266 damage. This does 721 damage. But here we are. Nope. Can't even backstab with it half the time. Not backstab. Finishing move. Execute. Because nothing is requiring executions. In fact, that's... the pipe is the way. The pipe is the way. Don't want gluttony right now. I want execution. Yes, please. And then we do execute. You bastard. There we go. Well, guard resistance was like kind of pointless because Well, I don't use guard. I just dodge everything. So... really serves no purpose to me. Nice to have, though. Level 38. Let's fucking go. Now I don't have to waste my, medicinal herbs. I could be using some of these strength. Let's use a strength drop. You know, they drop a whole bunch of them. And I need them, quite frankly. Could do anything to these guys. The pipe is the way. I do like the pipe. That's out of context. And there shall be no dancers at this party. This is what happens when you don't stand 6 feet apart. Okay? You get bludgeoned to death by the iron pipe. Always leave room for Jesus. A flashy hand. How flashy. Any more? Yes. Okay, hello. Ow. Oh, you're dead. Pure plus 30%? I believe the 30% ones are the highest possible ones. Yes, thank you.
Damn it!
Metal piercing.
Stop coming!
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
When did I switch to a pipe? When I got the pipe. End of last stream.
Twice!
Right. Protect the hustle, yes? Good plan.
I went
Let's
back to
go.
the first place, like I went back to Tokyo.
Protect Kaine for us.
And because you start the game with an iron pipe, and then it's 1,000 years pass, and you no longer have a pipe.
Hurry!
But I
Open yet?
saw a vision of it and picked up the pipe again. Now I have a pipe. Yeah, you know, it's casual. It's how you normally get iron pipes, right? It's the normal method.
No, you idiot! What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to
Killing them?
open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient.
Thank you, Kaine. You know, oh, did you get a pipe?
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard!
'Cause it was
Open the
in-
fuck up already! Ugh!
It was an industrial Tokyo.
Got it.
Kaine, look out!
Thank you, Kaine.
Are they laughing?
Okay.
These things are freaking me out! Kaine, what's wrong?
We need to help
Smack,
Kaine.
smack, 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 smack. And then... There we go.
We need to help Kaine.
I know we do. We need to also not die though, Emil. You see, there are sometimes priorities in life, and not dying usually is the top one. So we're just gonna hit these balls first. And then we'll go and help Kaine. Okay, they keep spawning. They are infinitely spawning balls. There are infinite balls.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
You fucker. Don't put my boar against me again.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
I'm just gonna spike your big red button there, buddy. How do you feel about that, huh? Ooh, you don't like it, do you? No, you don't like that one bit. Ow.
How should I know?
Kaine, are you
Hey, who are
alright?
you speaking with?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Buddy, stop it.
Damn it! How can something so big be so fast?
It's not that fast, Kaine. It actually is nowhere near as fast as the original ball. The Sonic the Ball Hog. But Hog is already a ball. First ball is way faster and cooler.
Damn shit.
Oh dear.
Oh. Okay, this ball may be an issue. Nope, he doesn't have me. Okay, take it back. Hit him on his little snout. Little snouts. Now it's the fucking ball from Dark Souls. What is this? What is this? Dark Souls? This is kind of just like that famous game. Don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. Dead ball. Any more balls? Oh, not a dead ball anymore.
Can we even hurt this thing?
Fuck! Oh
Oh,
I can't stop now. Damn it.
we're in like the...
Stay focused, Kaine.
Yeah, kind of, if you could just stop standing there and clipping into the ball.
Such distractions.
no! Come on! We have to keep going!
Let's go.
Where? Where are we going?
This way. Move.
This way. Goodbye, ball. I'll miss you. Forever, ball. Ooh, another weapon. But what if... What if Dragoon Lance, though? What if Dragoon Lance, though? Oh. Iron Pipe is a Dragoon Lance. But look at it. Iron Pipe. Said I'd do it.
Up here!
What if I want to go down? Oh, no, I don't. Take it back. So am I at 90% weapons? Yep. Use it even if I wanted to.
How can we deal with this thing?
Oh, it's a... All the last weapons are all here. Yeah, I would assume so, since I don't think I missed any in the game. Fucker. Oh, you dumb. Gimme. these. I don't even know. I was checking for the green item. I have maximum all healing items and all other kinds of items. I just want to know if there's a weapon in any of these boxes.
Please hurry.
You fucker. Okay. So I don't really have time to be attacking these boxes. It's a one shot now, yeah. Because it's just a sequence. But
Up here.
in fact, we can fix this. What a thrill.
Please hurry.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have just been shooting for a long time because that slows me down. Is there a fucking weapon in any of these things? God damn it. We're playing Crash Bandicoot. We are. We really are. I hope there was no weapon in that. And I kind of would like to... Somebody can look up whether or not there was a weapon in that section. So after you get the Dragoon Lance. I don't want to know where you get the weapons. I just want to know if there any of the other ones that are missing. I just want to know if there was one in the boar chase segment. You regenerated your armor? You bastard.
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
A little bit of a predicky dick. A little bit of a pickle. My fucking boy. Where did you come from, Father? Now's the time to repay it. I guess it's time to loosen up a bit, huh?
What are you doing here?
My citizens are speaking of your latest adventure. This is the castle of the Shadow Lord, is it not?
You are correct.
I think there's one. Then we have a common enemy. We'll hold this one off. Please keep moving.
But
We are the people of the mask. We will stand our ground until our last breath. Thank you, Rock. I swore it upon Clara's grave. I swore to become a good and just ruler, a king who would protect others from the shade. Thank you. Thank you.
hey, stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
We'll meet again, you and I, once all of this is over. Till then.
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
You have to keep going. Defeat the Shadow Lord and get your sister back. You must once again know the joy of having one you love by your side. say. How many rules are there about what to shout before dying in battle? Amazing. How do you remember all these things? Do not despair, my liege. We are with you. I know. For the honor of our king, for the honor of our queen.
Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
What is the language? It's the language of the masks. You fool, you buffoon. No weapon in here. That's all the boxes, right? Yeah.
Devila! Popola!
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Bye, Rock.
Voice! My mind. I remember. Devila. Popola. You are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I assume the shades were humans, or just I think we were humans also.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in
Right
the
too.
hands of a master.
No, I'm nothing like you.
Yeah, I'm not. Are you also a shell? Like, what are you, Devila? You Popola? You're immortal. You're not immortal. You're ageless entities. Robots. But they're not robots. They're like a form of artificial intelligence. They're like their flesh and blood.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone!
Popola, let's stop this now.
Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to. No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Okay.
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither from time immemorial. The coolness of such a place is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Oh my God.
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
What the fuck is happening? It explains why it was so easy to get all the sigils to get here. Let the hatred flow through.
No stopping ever!
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped!
I've got an idea.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, When I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil!
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
the fuck just happened? I miss a meal. I love that little lad. And his strange skeleton head. Why that one? Come on. Let's talk about him. First thing you see coming up the stream. So, yeah, it's fucking... It's... fucking rough is what it is. Can't be dead. He has the saddest story without him being dead. He can't have the saddest story and then also die. That's not fair. That's not fair for anyone. Does this bridge the other game? I don't know, Gav, and I don't want to know. No. I have the trusty old rusty pint. The trusty rusty. Dealing with large amounts of enemies with a one-handed sword is sure is something. Getting a lot of broken swords from these guys though. Could be useful. Oh, you don't have a hat.
Yoda!
NieR Replicant featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Nothing back.
Hold on. There we go.
How can a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak.
The Shadow Lord. I
fool.
forgot how bad his
I
voice
am
actor
nothing
is.
like you.
I'm not bad, but non-suited. Just kill this fucking book and get Yona back. And everything will go back to normal. Everything will go back to normal when I get Yona back. We'll stop being shells. We'll start being human again.
I know.
We'll Emil will come back. Shades will cease to exist. Everything will be right with the world, and everything will be fine. We just need to get Yona. You need to stop doing that. Look, I could go too, buddy. He's not a cool boss for that. Yeah, he doesn't have an iron pipe, so he fucking sucks, doesn't he? Doesn't need to be human.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I'm as fit as a bit.
What am I doing? Strength fucking capsule. Come on. Yeah, it's not necessarily a threat to me. I'm not going to use a shield anymore. I want to... What the heck? What? Huh?
Wait.
Yola?
Brother?
Yoda. Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yoda's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
No, buddy, you're fucking... You're dead. I get it. I get it.
You want me to understand your sadness? Think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends.
You kind of should sympathize with them,
Danger. They must stand aside or be cut down.
but it doesn't mean
Now come on, let's
it
finish
shouldn't
this.
be stopped.
Vice, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing?
Come, so.
Do it! Strike the killing blow!
Whoa. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get back here. Shells gain sentience to killing the shades, the true humans. Yeah. I think the shades were always meant to have sentience, though. They were supposed to carry on until the humans could come back, I assume. But now the humans are realizing that maybe that wasn't the best idea, and the shells
No, bother.
deserve existence of their
One
own.
moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. Alright, no, I'm not.
Vice,
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
My Vice.
Something to defend. I have a reason to live.
I'm coming back, buddy. No?
Shut.
Listen. Music box. I said I'd do it with an iron pipe. And I did. Hey, Yona. Thank you, Kaine. What's this weird warehouse?
Is Yona all right? Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Weiss? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
Be the anime protagonist you were always destined to be, Waka.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
Waka.
Is that you?
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister, you have a good life, okay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, all right? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look. It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it. Thank you. I love it. It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, I beat it with the iron pipe. That was a pretty fucking good ending. What a good game. What a good fucking game this is. But it's not been 100%'d yet. And so we're not done here. I also want to know what happens if you put the wrong name in, or if you put like Kaine or Emil or Vice. Right? Does it let you? I don't want to know the answer. Don't tell me the answer. What a fucking good game. Now I'm gonna go and grab some water whilst the credits continue. I'll be as fast as I can. Be right back. Is this the true ending? Well, we'll find out, won't we? because I don't know the answer to that question, Gabriel. But we are going to wait until the end of the credits. So, what is there to talk about? I recently played Descent, Legends in the Dark, the new Descent. I'm a big fan of Descent 2E. Yoko Taro was his name. I played Descent Legends in the Dark with people that I normally play board games with. And I like a lot about it, but I also really dislike a lot about it. I have very conflicting feelings towards the game. It's got a lot of potential. It's a fantastic gameplay. But there's a lot of weird choices and decisions and just everything. A lot of weird things that they decided to do that I really don't like. Let's put it in the second save slot. See, now there's an A. Ending B. Load your clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. Wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be attained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. And I can change it. Well, okay. So that A probably is not the true ending. A is almost definitely not the true ending. So let's play through ending B, shall we? Let's play the entire game again. As Kaine.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden, fork-shaped weather vane at the centre of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no. They found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo! Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boys seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentors' parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh look, the little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? You sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Damo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, it's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single, blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, her attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke, in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand that Dima was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go! Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said. Why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath, as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be just fine, you and me, she said. Long as we've got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's Dreams, Daily Life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about the barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma! Called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted. Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job at chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and don't you want you running into one of them bastards? Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her daughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harboured a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her gold years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with the solid stroke, it all embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Ugh, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging. and blisters soon began to form in her small pink hands.
This is tough. My legs are all weird sizes.
Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh.
Pretty clumsy girl. You better practice if you...
Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side.
Grandma!
The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket.
Get the bucket. Can't let it spill.
Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. But Kaine didn't notice.
Grandma, what's happening?
Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away.
Stop that. Just stop,
she cried, breathing heavily.
It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all.
Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand.
Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village.
The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down.
It's all right,
she said.
I'll be fine.
Her grandmother fixed with her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed.
Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up.
The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets for a few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other and began behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself.
I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong.
She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence.
Hey, lady,
said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger.
How dare this thing speak to me?
They seemed to say, but Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear.
Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one.
Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. "Oh my god," he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. "Ha!" barked Demo. "That old bitch finally keel over?" "Go to hell, Demo." The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked him out of the store. Bimo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there could be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colours, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad. They seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. "That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead for a long time now." Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. "Pictures are wonderful things," continued the shopkeeper. "They let the ones closest to you live on forever." He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. "You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw." Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. "Yes, I've heard the rumours about you," he said. "A small village and world travels quickly. Between you and me, not sure which of them to believe. But I also didn't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Carly. I think the way she was driven out this time is just deplorable." "Grandma's name is Carly?" thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. "Grandmother was an old friend of mine," he said as Kaine scooted away yet again. "And I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much." Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are ya?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at ya." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous." No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horse shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. I put those crayons away and out with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It could also have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colours. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Ha, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush. I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. Came from the art. I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honour above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more, and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, and turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. It makes me want to go on, that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that buried itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of her life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I'll remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams, separation. Give me 1 minute to get some more water. Hello, Vigasons. How are you today? We're just apparently reading for the next 3 hours, it seems. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She had been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood into the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug," said Kaine. "I think it's burnt or something, because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing it as little as possible. "Oh, yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You're spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly.
Where are you going today?
asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. An old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore.
Well, I was gonna check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. Thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm gonna go pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What the hell for?
Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round.
Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm gonna build a stone wall so we have some protection.
The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world.
God damn it, hell, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come in. We've got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday.
The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter.
Well, shoot. Don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that.
A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she saw a small child lost at a carnival. She was a small child lost at a carnival.
Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Really, it seems my mind is...
She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to the nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it.
You're going to be a true woman soon,
Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair.
So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become.
Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand.
You're a beautiful thing,
said the old woman.
There ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma. That's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where'd that come from? Gee, I wonder.
I'll teach you to sass me, girl, said Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face.
Grandma!
Yelled Kaine in a quaking voice.
Grandma, stop it! What the hell?
The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she'd ever seen them.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just...
Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she'd ever seen.
Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I'll have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wool and whatnot. I'll be fine. When you come back, have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you.
Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around,
she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun her on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face.
Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away.
Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. With what little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow. She only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself.
No. Oh gods, no.
Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large, armoured tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending swirls, spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as the scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive!" thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up now!" As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shades glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard, laughing at us." She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards, but she forced it from her mind and began the hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from her pouch at the waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up.
Kaine.
Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke.
Grandma. Kaine. You gotta run. You can't beat this one.
Kaine grabbed their hands and held on with all her strength.
Grandma, come on. We have to go.
The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below.
Grandma, no, no. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through.
The thought that would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smells assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, amidst of what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mess of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers. But then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until there became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Think of the weight was under it. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman. She had leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears.
Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No. Can't die. Grandma told me to live.
Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation, repeated over and over again.
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it now.
As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew louder, longer and longer and longer.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Also, hello Zamanaki, looks up up. Yeah, you need to check this before you get spoiled as fuck. 100%. This is such a very spoilerable game, and I'm at such a spoilerable part of the game. Shadow, I have some words to have with you, mister.
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
The first words being, what the fuck? The second words being,
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
I beat the game with the iron pipe. You can play this game pretty fine, like it's pretty well optimized. My PC was awful, and it was like 25 FPS steady. It like holds the frames. It's also on sale right now, 35% discount. Pad and laptop, yeah, check minimal requirements. Hopefully you can. More speaking, my throat is fucked. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home, and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. I look like that. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud
and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. "Ain't you got a wish, sunshine?" The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice scrawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. "You know, a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me!" Yeah. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. "I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left to die." The other voice boomed in her ears. "Oh god, you are the best." Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. "Come on," said the voice. "Let it go." Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. "Don't ignore me, sunshine. You ready to give up? Ready to die? So why not let me have it?" Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. "I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before." In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her throat and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. "Are you a shade?" "Yeah, maybe. What of it?" The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. "Feels good, don't it?" asked the voice with a chuckle. "Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on. Give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade." A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. "I can see better," she thought. "My eye must be growing back too." The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she regained her voice. "Stop." The black ooze hesitated as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. What the hell, sunshine?" screamed the voice. "We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die." "Grandma said, can't die yet." A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, and closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. "That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die." Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. "Well, I'll be damned," said the voice cheerfully. "Look at that, sunshine. I think me and you are going to be good friends now." Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. "Stop. You gotta stop." Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favourite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger, burn with the fire of revenge, thirst for blood. Then, go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die, so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? With those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching and bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine. There ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed, whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me? We've got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine. Now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. An old fat kid who kept picking on you? A big old shade that squashed your granny? Well, we'll wrap them up in their own arseholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you have me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, Honey Pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So, listen. My name's Tyron. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now, get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah. I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. When I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Ha! I have shit bigger than you. So good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, and waved her new left arm around a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I am Kaine.
Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. "I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. This time, I don't think there's any going back." Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened into dawn, and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
Okay.
This is crap,
So,
you know it!
those two. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, damn you, Popola. Damn you, Devila.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
Damn you two.
No
Fuck
one's
you
sleeping
two.
outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it.
They're fucking evil.
Right,
bastards.
Kaine?
They're not evil, they're just doing what they were told to do. I still hate them.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Devila. Like Deva.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Yeah, we should. I suppose.
I didn't get much sleep that night.
I mean, I'm glad that it starts you halfway through.
For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself. I should apologize to Kaine and Emil.
Sorry, I went to go pee.
But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that?
Good.
He looks like he has no pants. I actually really like Rucker's
I'm
outfit.
so happy to get to talk to you again,
Oh.
Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
Did we see this in Path A?
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
I love them both so much. I love them. And their little friendship. I'm glad I don't have to play much. I'm glad Emil is back.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Yoink. What is this?
What might that be?
Oh, that's
It's
the book.
Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
Sit in your mouth about Connie for the whole playthrough.
It's alright. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
It's just...
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Don't make me read. Don't make me read. Don't make me read. My throat is just recovering.
Say there, can you not hear me?
I can. Huh? Whoa.
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
What the hell?
Felt like I was dreaming or something. Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
I never saved until the battle is over. Shadow? Yeah, no, it's Papa NieR. He's fucking awesome. Can I go through? It's DLC. That doesn't answer me. I can potentially. Okay. No. There was... They said there would be other options. No. I unlocked a bunch of stuff and I can't remember what that stuff was. This is one of them. I beat the game with the iron pipe, but I need the title screen. Okay. For the outfits. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Oh, I'm in here again, but I can go downstairs. What is with the contrast? Okay. Basically just challenge dungeons. Okay. Once I beat the boss, I can leave though, right? I've liked the first one. I want to try it. Fuck it. We don't have to, so we're not like starting any story things before. I'm assuming most of the game is just going to be the same. I don't need to do the side quests again. Let me check. Like, I have all my weapons. Yeah, side quest is 100%. I've got all my weapons. I've got 2 more that I need to level up now and I'll do that off stream. I'll be Blitzy. Yeah. I did all the hard work in the first playthrough. He can take a bit. Yeah, it's a decent, like, at least it's not the first half as well. This is a pretty fun remix. Shadow, you're the person I wish to speak to. Have you played Voice of Dragons demo yet? I say yet because I'm sure you will. Voice of Cards? Is it Voice of Cards or Voice of Dragons? Voice of whatever the fuck. The new game from what is Yoko Taro? Yoko and the composer of NieR. The director of NieR and the composer of NieR. Comes out at the end of October. There's a demo for it on Steam right now. You actually haven't heard of it? Okay. Well, I don't want to let you know my opinion. I think it's Voice of Dragons. It's a card game. Well, a card-based RPG. It's a JRPG, but everything's cards. I am not going to share my opinion of it, because if you do decide to check out the demo, I want to hear what your opinion is without hearing my thoughts first. To see if you come to the same conclusion as me. And that'll be the end of it. The conclusion is that the fucking soundtrack to it is great, but that is just one of the conclusions. The Black Scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. Can I leave? What is happening? Can I ever leave? What the hell? I mean, I like how it looks. If I die, is it Isle of Dragons? Yeah, Voice of Cards, Isle of Dragons. That's what it's called. The demo is like an hour long. How do I leave? And do I leave by dying? I get what this is now. I like Siakabe on the soundtrack. It's pretty hard to fail LSD. Yes. It sounds exactly like NieR Replicant, at least. I don't know the Automata soundtrack. Like, it just... it's not even trying to... Not branching out, but it doesn't need to. It's fucking great. Actually, no. There are some tracks that are, like, they're completely different. It's just some just sound like they're directly from there. Like the title theme. But like the combat track, fucking, what a banger. Let me hear him out. I want to leave. If I die, I'm just going to try dying. Thank you. Oh. Been a long time since I died in this game. Yeah, that worked. Cool. I feel great today. No cough, no fever. Watch out, world, because Yona's coming out to play. Haven't seen that one before.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just...
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Is that... So, in NieR Gestalt, is that what NieR looks like? Is my question. The whole game. Precisely. Okay. I kept this... I want to delete this save now. I've decided. I don't like it being there. I did it just in case. I fucked up. The other one got the brother there. Okay, that's cool. Okay, chicken egg. I don't know why I picked that up, because I'm going to the main menu. And we're going to look at some outfits before Table Story goes live. With Mislight. Boom, boom. I didn't get a no difficulty, which is license. Wonderful. What a thrilling read that was. Wardrobe. Great. But that's good. Really like all the options that they're giving me here. Clarify something about that. The Xbox 360 PS3 differences were Japan exclusive. In the West, you just got NieR, and it was the dad always. Oh. Strange. Why did it give me outfits and then not give me outfits? Even stranger. Even stranger. I hate that that second save is there now. Can I delete it? There's none there. No. I had none. I didn't think I bought any DLC. I assume it's DLC for the original game that they just baked into the full remaster. Instead of having DLC for the remaster. Get them by the DLC dungeon. Okay, I can just do that. Like, there's no story, there's no plot in it, right? I can just do that off stream.
Hey.
Dave, my son.
Oh.
My boy.
Hi. I kind of thought you'd never talk to us again.
Give it up like nice.
I understand you're doing this for the village.
Dave has just got NieR Automata.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's gonna start with that one first.
But look,
I think he decided
why don't
on.
you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devil?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
Dave, I think you're gonna like and be inspired by the soundtrack a lot. Gotta watch the video you sent me. Was when I was peeing, I saw that you had in the board game channel there was a Descent review of from Shut Up and Sit Down. Is that the one? If you sent me that also, it might. Yes. Well then. I am looking forward to it. Yes. Can't wait. I feel like they would have a lot of the same opinions that we had. Right? They're looking at it positively. And they really like a lot of the mechanics. But there's just some things you don't want to spoil. Okay.
Oh. Hello.
Look,
I hope it improves my experience with the game.
Stop. You didn't
They have an
do
outlook on it
anything
that
wrong.
makes me change mine.
Yeah, but neither did you.
You can chat about once I watch it. Okay,
You're just trying to protect the villagers.
Okay.
And I jumped down your throat for it.
I am excited though.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right.
Oh well, we'll be
Yes,
watching
about
it soon.
that. You know about
The
the
table
lost
story will be
shrine,
live.
right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's
they
lair
told
is
us this,
connected
yeah.
to it somehow.
Oh, it was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
This light's cancelled?
A boat?
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired.
It wasn't before I started stream. Yes. It is cancelled for today. Yes.
It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the
Not
path
forever,
to the
just for
Lost
today.
Shrine's back entrance.
Just to clarify.
The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you.
Thanks, Pope. I feel like you've done
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
And for the
Yeah. I'm skipping through all this, if you don't know. Because we've already played through it all. It's cancelled, I can push a 24-hour stream. No, I'm still going to stop in a minute. Because I'm hungry.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should...
Yeah, I know where it is.
Excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
Shadow, is there anything that I need to know about
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's
this
use it as often as we need.
path? Or is it literally just play the game and see the extra cutscenes?
Why am I the only one working?
How am I missing, like, 3 weapons?
Welcome. Blacksmith.
Am I meant to be at 90% weapons at this point also? Next question. I'm at 90%. That's a lot of weapons. I see what you mean now that I can just get this giant egg. Or not the giant egg. The eagle egg easily. That's nice. But these didn't get reset. That's easy also. Be careful with offline stuff so that you don't trigger new scenes. Okay. I think this week for offline stuff, then I won't go anywhere. I'll likely just do the book stuff. I've only got 2 weapons that need upgrading. They're in no rush to be upgraded. We've got the entire game to beat again. As soon as you set destinations, chance to trigger scene, that's it. Yeah, there you go. I'll just do the book. Cool. Nice. Easy. Give me a giant egg though, game. Fucker. Okay, well, with no mislight, I guess I'll still end it. This has been a fucking productive stream. We've done no side quests. We don't ever need to do side quests again in this game. We could just plow on with the game now, forever. Theoretically. Look. Quests, 100% quest completion. 100%. With a lot of reading. I'm going to lose my voice tomorrow. Word collection. I've not fucked with them. Also, no. 3 DLC weapons in those dungeons. You can pick up 2 in the final dungeon. I did pick up 2 in the final dungeon. 3 DLC weapons. That explains it. Then I'll get those weapons. Hello, Mr. Piggy. And then next week we just fucking continue plowing on with story. And getting that 100%. We can finally start the game. We can finally start the game. Yeah, the fact that this says A in the top left corner. I haven't fucking touched the game. Not even slightly. But I've done so much of the heavy work already that it's fine. Like oh, try an egg. Oh. It's fine. Done all the grinding and shit. .42% of players have the achievement for defeating the Shadow Lord. 42.1% of players have the achievement for viewing the first ending. So, how did 0.3% of players You can't see a thing. I've closed it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I closed it. Hello. 0.3% of players between killing the final boss and watching the final cutscene, they quit the game. 0.3% of players. That's wonderful. Good. I'm glad they did that. I'm really glad they did that. It also explains why I've got 18 out of 47 Steam achievements. That is their mistake. Very strange. I'm 68 hours in. Do they count the ones that go back? Well, it's just the amount of players that own the game. So 42% of players, 42.4% of players that own the game and have played it have the achievement to defeat the final boss. 42.1% of players who own the game and have played it have the achievement to beat the final ending, the first ending. Okay, is there anybody that's live? Let's see, let's open Twitch. I guess we'll just raid PB instead. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for the raid, Zamanek. Also, I hope you can play the game, because it's fucking phenomenal. And I hope you enjoy it. And Dave, I hope you enjoy Automata when you get around to starting it. And I will be immediately making food and watching the Shut Up and Sit Down video. Goodbye. Goodbye now. See you next week.
And love this hat. Shit.